Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So today is the 1st of February. Can't believe it's February already, can you? And it's a Stamp Around the UK video hop. Love these. So we are all Stamping Up demonstrators in the UK, and we come together on the 1st of every month and we do a video hop. All the links will be down below there in the description, and yeah, go and see what they've all been doing. So our theme is romance, so because in 2 weeks time it's Valentine's Day, so we're going to give you lots of inspiration for that. So I have not made a Valentine's card. I've made a little gift box that I think it's a nice little romantic gesture. Me and Ed do not buy each other things on Valentine's much. We kind of just like a little chocolate or whatever. So I always, for the last I don't know how many years, I've made him a nice little gift box, and I've usually just put some little chocolates in there, or something small, and I have occasionally bought him a little bit of jewellery, which is a bit naughty because then he's gone, I've only bought you chocolates, Jez. But, you know, hey-ho. And he always keeps the boxes, so that's why it's a bit romantic. So, yeah, so I shall show you how I made this. So I'm using this paper to make the box. This is the Love Always Speciality Designer Series paper, and it has some matching foil sheets. Love You Always foil sheets. So beautiful. So I've got this DSP as well. Not yet used it, but I will be. Whoops, I think I knocked the camera. So this is the DSP. So we've got Sahara Sand, and that's the one I'm using today with beautiful foiling. And then we've got, I'm going to check the colours. I think that's Blushing Bride. Do you know, can't see for looking. Yeah, that's, no, that one's Rococo Rose, that one's Blushing Bride. So those are the three colours. I have done, you can see a bit there, I have done a little project with this, which is in a tutorial bundle, which is available free to all my customers. So if you buy anything off me, you will get sent this tutorial bundle, and it's all got things from this mini catalogue, so lots of inspiration. And then these are the foil sheets. I've only got a little bit of the foil sheets. I did a paper share with my friend Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting, and she kindly put in a little 6x12 of each of these. You actually get 2 full 12x12 sheets of each of these when you buy the full pack. So, oh, little scrap. So what we need, got everything here ready. I've got that because I'm in two minds whether or not to use that ribbon. So I'm using Sahara Sand as my box base, base of my box. Well, and the lid of, you know, the base card. So we've got a 6x6, and then we've got another one that's just a 16th smaller than 6x6. So that'll be the base, and that'll be the lid. And then I've cut my squares for matting, and we need 5 mats around the cube. So I've cut the 5 squares of the foil sheeting, and that's 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. And then of the beautiful pattern foiled sheets there, that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to get like an 1/8 of an inch mat, as opposed to normally, well, it's a 16th of an inch. Normally I cut them 1/4 of an inch difference and get an 1/8 of an inch. So I've cut them an 1/8 of an inch to get a 16th, because it's such a small thing. I think a smaller border works better. And then to do the bow on the top, this is 6 inches by 1 inch, and then just a little scrap there, which is, it's actually 3/8, because it's just a little bit that was left over from cutting the mats. So that was handy, no wastage. So what we do here is we're going to score these exactly the same and that is scoring it at 2 inches. I've forgotten my pot of goodies. There we go. Oh, and the other thing you're going to need is, I'm using the triple banner punch. I'm thinking you could probably use the tailored tag punch as well. Not tried it. So we're going to score here at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So it's a 2 by 2 by 2 cubed box. Very similar to the 4 by 4 by 2 cube box that I made. Actually, I don't think I've made it this Christmas, but I know it's not Christmas now. I mean, I was going to make it at Christmas time and I didn't. But lots of people cased it because Jill cased it in a live crafting that we did on our Facebook group. So then lots of people have done it since, which is lovely. So then we're just going to fold and burnish on all 4 sides. It's really important to remember which one's the lid and which one's the base, so that you don't end up, got a bit of sticky there, you don't end up sticking your decoration to the wrong one. Well, you'd only have to then cut another square and make sure it's a bit smaller. There we go. So that's them all done. Which one is the biggest and which one is the smallest? That is the biggest. So this is the one we've got to decorate. Now I'm going to get my long scissors because that's easier. So we are going to, I like to do it on the inside, so we're going to cut. I just had a brain fog moment there and I just had to sit and think. So I'm going to do the base and put it together, and then I won't have any worries about doing it wrong. So I'm going to cut up the straight lines and I'm going to do it on opposite sides. I like to rest my scissors kind of on the inside of the score line. Do that down both sides. I like my long scissors for this because it kind of does it in one go. Then normally I rotate, but we're going to cut these side flaps down so there's not so much bulk in this box because it's such a wee box. That works better. So we're going to cut these down about halfway. So you get a nice little scrap, which I keep, because that's bound to be able to use it to cut a flower, a sentiment, something out of it. Don't like waste. There we go. And then we're just going to notch these. I'll chuck them bits. Not so bothered about them bits. I do prefer to cut in that direction. So I think it's quite. I'm waiting. I ordered the set with all the hearts because I realised I didn't have anything with heart, sort of Valentine's-y, and I was hoping it'd arrive by now, but it hasn't. So I just thought, right, so we'll just make a little gift box, and then hopefully before the 14th I will have received my other to make a hearty Valentine card with. So there we go, we're just going to put it up like that. So we need glue on here. I'm just going to use Fast Fuse, which is very like Stampin' Seal Plus, but if you watch me you will know that I still have drawerfuls of refills. So Ed asked me the other week, Jess, have you got any glue? I just looked at him and I went, are you serious? I must have, well, I'm quite obsessed with, I don't want to run out. So I got loads and loads, all different types of glue for different reasons. There we go. So that is our little box base. So now I can work on this. And I'm just going to cut it in exactly the same way. So that's it all ready. So we're just going to do the decoration. I just want to check I'm not on time lapse. No, I'm all right. I've done that once before, that I filmed it on time lapse. And I was speaking away and it was on time lapse. And so then I had to slow it down and add a voiceover. Such a faff, such an easy thing to do, to be fair. Anybody that makes videos should be able to relate to that. So these are going to go on like that and matte. I will obviously matte them before I stick them on. 2 there and 1 there. I've notched in a little bit too much on that one. I might just trim that one down a tad. So just checking that these all fit in here nicely. Yeah, so I'm just going to use a bit of Tombow to, this is, didn't mention before, it's not a double-sided foil sheet. It is just single-sided. And then make a bit of wigglage, but don't want to wiggle too much because I don't want to get it to smush a little bit. So I'm going to give that a second to dry. So I'll do another one whilst I'm waiting for that to dry. And normally I would gut foil card, but because this paper is quite a bit thinner, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want it to show through. And it gives the sides of the box a bit more stability, and it's actually not going to save that much. So just in case anybody's watching me going, you didn't gut, Jez. I made the decision not to. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Speed it up for you. So there they are, all stuck down. This one I did trim ever so slightly because, I don't know if you can tell, I didn't cut it in a straight line when I snipped up, so I just had to slightly trim that a little bit. But I don't think you would know. Nobody's going to scrutinise it that much, certainly not Ed. So it'll be fine when it's done. Now we're going to stick those on there. So these two are the sides. So the sides with the flaps attached are the ones where we're going to cut our thumb holes. Now I'm going to use a 1/2 inch circle punch. I know we don't sell these anymore, but I've got mine, so I'm going to use it. Now you're going through 3 layers of cardstock, so it might be a little bit, although that was actually fine. So do that now, just makes it a little bit easier, because I'm going to build the lid around the base. And so if we didn't have had the thumb holes, we wouldn't be able to get it off afterwards. So I'm going to use some fast fuse just to be quick, and because I want it to last, because Ed keeps all my Valentine's gift boxes that I make him. I make him one every year because we don't buy like Valentine's gifts as such, because like things like roses and that just go up in price, and chocolates around Valentine's Day. So we just give like a nominal little gift. So what I do is I just buy a few little chocolates that I know he likes, and I put them in a little handmade gift box, and he keeps them in his man cave on his shelves. So I like to make sure that they will last. So there, by building the lid around the base, you know it's going to fit. So that little dodgy bit of cutting that I did doesn't matter, because I've built it around here, whereas if I'd have matched that to the corner, it wouldn't have fitted. So that's that. So now we just need the little bow to go on the top. So to do that, I've got a strip here that's 6 inches by 1 inch. Now back in the day we used to use the envelope punch board, but we don't sell that anymore. I've still got one, so I would probably use the envelope punch board now if I wasn't doing this for a video, but I am, so I'm not going to. So we take our 6 inch by 1 inch strip, and we're going to score, that's the word, at 1 1/4 and 3. And then just to make my maths easier, I'm just going to flip it and score it at 1 1/4 again. So that's that bit done. And then I'm going to take a ruler and a pencil, and then on this score line I am going to measure where 3/8 of an inch is from each side. So I've got 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, do a little pencil line, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, a little pencil line. So you've got 1/4 inch in the middle. And going to do the same on this side. The envelope punch board has the little notch that you punch in, and you would use it on these 3 score lines if you've got one. So do the same score in, and then you can just punch away. You don't need to do the measurements, because it would just punch out the nice little notches, and it would be fine. But my little way round it is to use the triple banner punch. Now I'm thinking that the tailored tag punch would work as well, possibly. I'm just having a little look at this. This would probably work as well, because it's actually, I think it is the same. Let me just do that. And it is slightly awkward to feed this up, so if I do that, and I do that, are they the same sort of angle? It's a slightly different angle that you're going to get, but it'd probably work. There we go, that's my little aside. So what I do is feed this in here, and I put that pencil mark at the point. Can you see? So I put that point up there at that pencil line. Make sure the score line is going through the point so that it's even, and just punch. And we do it at all 3 of them. And this makes a nice pretty little bow. Doesn't have to be completely exact, because it is handmade after all, not machine made. There's going to be little unique elements about it. And then the little tail, So the centre bit of this is 1 inch, so we can push it down, and I just do it so that these corner ends rest on that triangle like that. So we've got our tails. Like so. There we have it. I've got little triangles of foil card just flown everywhere, sticking to me. There we go. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to curve this bit, because that's the curve of the bow. Just fold those out. Okay. And then I'm going to put a bit of fast fuse, use Tombow, whatever you want. Just put a bit of that on the inside so that we can just push that into the centre to stick down. And then we've got our nice little bows. Now you might, at this point, if you haven't done it quite as accurate as you would like, you maybe just come in and trim a little bit at the back there so that you can't see it. Just going to trim slightly down this side. Because this is white on the back, it's kind of noticeable a bit more than when I've done it before with double-sided sort of prints. And then we just need to go round the middle. So I've got this little bit of that. I'm going to trim it down. It's a bit too wide. It needs to be like 1/4 inch. Or I did think what this might look like, but it's actually, this has got a gold thread through it. Nah, I don't like it. I'm going to stick with my original idea. You know, you have these thoughts, like to try them out. Not really working. Right, so I just want to trim a smidge off this. Keep it even. Just eyeballing it. I'm not sure if it's even. It'll be fine. There, that's a better width. So it's about 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's actually slightly more. 1/4 inch would do it. And then we'll just, I'm going to curl it so that it's not got any harsh creases in it. It is most probably, it definitely is too long. But now I've really worked that so that the fibres are really broken in there. Don't know if you can tell. So I'm going to put a bit of fast fuse on that half, and I'm going to stick it to the back. Like so. And then we're going to bring it round. And then put some fast fuse on this end. Bring it round and then trim a bit off, because we don't need that bit. There we go. Now I could have made this out of that, but I thought this would show it off better. Yeah, loving it. And then we just need to glue that to the top. I'm going to use Tombow for that. And that is my pretty little box for Valentine's Day. I say the theme was romance, And I think it's quite romantic to make a pretty little box, and I think it's also romantic that Ed keeps them. So sweet. Yeah, just holding that down a little bit. Tombow does hold quickly, dry quickly, but just need a little bit of, I always think with foiling, it needs a little bit of extra. So there we are. So I'm going to just put a few little of Ed's favourite little chocolates in there. What have I got here? Just hanging about, as you do on a craft desk. Got some Love Arts, got some little Toblerone, and I'll probably fit something else in there. And that is just a nice little treat. It makes something really cheap look amazing. And of course, if you're going for the whole romance of a Valentine's proposal, you could put a ring in there, couldn't you? I'm sure that would fit a ring box. Little Pandora charm would probably fit in there. I do have Pandora charm boxes. Maybe I'll try and see if they fit. So yeah, how lovely is that? So maybe I'll just go and get me Pandora charm box. Okay, got me Pandora charm box. I mean, obviously I'm not giving Ed a Pandora. No. Oh, it does. How cool. So you could, I think this lid's just going to go on in one direction. I think it's actually pushing it ever so slightly out. So I would say if you want to make it for a Pandora box, so it is going on, then I did this. Oh, there, it is going on. But if you wanted to make sure, then just make it a 1/16 bigger, each of them, the base and the lid. So I made this, the lid is 6 by 6 and the base is 1/16 smaller. So I'd make the base 6 by 6 and make the lid a 1/16 bigger. And that would fit a little Pandora box quite nicely. You might not get it out, but you can get it in. You can get it out. There. So yeah, hope you like that. So all the other videos are linked down below, and do go and check them out, and like and subscribe to those that you're not with. Leave some crafty love. Like and subscribe me as well, please. And if you wish to purchase anything, the links to my shop down below, and I'll also link to the blog post where all the measurements and everything will be in. Okay, bye for now.